Good morning, Fort Worth. It is 23 January, this cold Thursday. Good morning, Michelle.
Good morning, Andrew.
Got Michelle here from the Body Scrubbery.
It's Thursday.
It is Thursday. It's kind of my Friday. So, this is our last episode for the week. We cover events to get you through the weekend. So, it's usually a little bit longer. We're going to try to keep it brief today for you on your way to work. We do release these episodes Monday through Thursday. We record at a place called Hoppin, badass little venue down the street from Doc's Records. 58 taps on the wall, and they got a stage and live music on it more days than not. So follow them on Instagram. Stop on by, but you can follow them on Instagram at Hoppin FWTX. Our 10-day forecast today is 51 for a high, 25 for a low. Friday, 59 for a high, 38 for a low. Saturday is 62 for a high, 41 for a low. Sunday, 48 for a high, and 36 for a low. That rain chance has gone down a little bit. It's 43% now. I believe it was 50%. So that is starting to move off the schedule, hopefully. I don't know. I guess it'll be all right because those are not freezing temperatures. And then next week, it's going to be cold. No freezing temperatures until next Friday, it looks like. And then kind of looks like 50% chance rain through most of the week. So it looks like the weatherman's just kind of rolling the dice. He doesn't know what's going on. What do you think, Michelle? Is it going to rain? We going to get some rain?
No snow. That's all I know.
All right. Our next segment is National Day of. Today is National Handwriting Day because nobody could think of anything boring.
No one can write cursive anymore.
That's true. Yeah. Even myself.
There's that funny reel of the parents writing code, and it's just the kids are like, we can't decipher it.
That's hilarious.
It's just cursive.
I don't know. I don't know if it was necessary or not, but it just seems odd that we let that one go.
Yeah, my mom went to Catholic school growing up, and they made a science out of it. And any older woman of a certain age beyond 60 has the most beautiful handwriting. If you notice,
my grandmother had great penmanship. All right, what other we got here? Measure Your Feet Day. All right, let's click on it. Today is Measure Your Feet Day. This January 23rd. Why would you do such a thing? Measure Your Feet Day is to celebrate this day every year. If you heard about the holiday and scrunched up your face in confusion about why we need a day for measuring your feet, then Measure Your Feet Day is most certainly for you. The feet are one of the most overlooked parts of the body. Most people don't give any special attention to their feet. Measure Your Feet Day has a deeper purpose than simply getting people to whip out measuring tapes and compare feet sizes for bragging rights. Very few people know their true shoe size, and this means that most people's shoes are either too tight or too loose. This leads to pain and discomfort in the feet. So in truth, Measure Your Feet Day is really about foot health. Okay. I really like hookahs. You got a favorite?
Hookahs?
Is it hookahs?
But back to the foot thing. I actually have recently purchased a callus remover. Do you and Megan own one?
Is it basically a belt sander that you just kind of plop your feet on?
It's a shaver thing. It's like a handheld shaver thing.
Oh, okay.
And let me tell you how addictive this thing is. And I can't put it down. It is...
It's going to chew your feet off.
It is... Well, so you do have a tendency to... become a little OCD with it, and what happens is that I guess calluses are there for a reason, right? They're there to protect your feet. So what happens is you get really sore feet, but they're so smooth. So it's like a real, it's a trade-off. Like, would you rather have baby butt bottom feet, or endure some pain, or callousy, crusty, cracked feet, and
I'll give you an
never
observation.
have anyone want to touch them?
Let me give you an observation just real quick. I have noticed that over the years, the ladies that I have dated, every single one of them, have got like major calluses like on their heel, like all the way around. And I just think that's odd. Is that most women?
That off. I mean, you go in to get a pedicure done, and they kind of supposed to take care of that. But
well, and it's not like crazy thick calluses. I'm just saying, like, y'all's feet are rougher at the back than mine.
Yeah. I think that's because of the types of shoes that we tend to wear. But I have this vision,
That
like
tracks.
I feel like throughout my life have seen older ladies with the real crackly, crusty heels, and I have like a phobia now. So I'm
Okay, onward. Let's get into this day in history. 1849, Dr. Elizabeth Blackwell, first woman in U.S. to earn a medical degree, graduates from Geneva Medical College in New York, becomes the first woman in the U.S. to do so. In 1857, Dr. Blackwell, along with her sister Emily and Marie Zakrzewska, will found the New York Infirmary for Indigent, women and children. That means broke, right? I ain't got no money.
I don't know what
indigent. No, it's not indigenous. It's indigent. On the 100th anniversary of her graduation, the American Medical Women's Association will begin honoring her accomplishments by awarding the Elizabeth Blackwell Medal annually to women physicians so that they can afford foot scrubbers to get off those big, nasty calluses on their heels. January 23rd, I think I said 22nd earlier. January 23rd, 1957, origin of the Frisbee. I don't even know if I want to read this. The Frisbee takes flight. 1957, on this day.
Can you throw a Frisbee?
It's good enough for me. I can throw it good enough.
It's harder
I
than I
guess.
thought it was.
Can I throw it accurately?
Can you play Frisbee golf?
Well, one of our sponsors is Galaxy Wilderness Golf, and I think we should do an event where we put the baskets out, because that's what he does. He shows up, he puts the baskets out,
okay.
and you can throw the discs.
Sounds fun.
And they also have a light-up version of it, so you can do it at night, which would be very problematic for me, because my night vision sucks. President Nixon, 1973, announces accord ending Vietnam War. The Paris Peace Accord, signed by his Secretary of State, Henry Kissinger, and the top North Vietnamese negotiator. Doesn't have his name. How weird is that? Doesn't even credit the guy that helped bring that war to an end on the Vietnam side. That's wild. Richard Nixon announces that a ceasefire will go into effect in 72 hours. 1997, Albright sworn in. Madeleine Albright is the first female U.S. Secretary of State. On this day, 23rd January. All right, we got some news stories for you this morning, but not a lot. This whole week has been overshadowed by politics and the inauguration, so we've been struggling to find you something to talk about. Fort Worth City Council to vote on $650,000 settlement over new City Hall mistakes. If y'all don't know, City Hall took over the Pier 1 building, and just recently they've been adding on to that thing in the back. It's a really cool-looking building. When you look at the Fort Worth skyline, it is definitely one of the eye-catching pieces. 2 years ago, Fort Worth officials announced... Oh, by the way, fortworthreport.org. Emily Wolf made this story. Thank you, Emily. 2 years ago, Fort Worth officials announced its new City Hall project would go over budget by millions of dollars.
Oops.
Now City Council members are poised to approve a settlement with the surveying company whose work they hold partially responsible for the cost increase. After discovering part of the project site where the new council chambers were planned falls into a federal floodway easement, the city was forced to spend an additional $7.6 million on the project due to delays and unexpected permitting costs. Permitting costs? The city makes the permits.
Professional courtesy there.
Get out of here. The project's contractors had relied on a survey produced by Blue Sky Surveying and Mapping that approximated the boundaries of a federal floodway easement rather than identifying its exact location. According to, it sounds like they just kind of phoned that report in. They're like, it's good enough. No reason to go out and really do any work.
They're like, well, you are the city.
Yeah. Just make the changes. Slide that pen across that paper. Using that survey information, contractors plan to build council chambers on a small area free of floodway restrictions, only to find out the land was subject to floodway restrictions after all. Jesus, get it together. Okie dokie. Onward. Next story, also by the report. This is... There you are. David Marino from the Fort Worth Report. How Cowboys of Color Rodeo has spotlighted diversity in Fort Worth for 15 years. Chase Pierre, 28, felt his heart pumping out of his chest as he waited in the box for the chute at Dickey's Arena to swing open. His left hand gripped the horse's saddle pommel. Okay, I'm looking for the history, dude. He's got a whole cool little story. Preserving the diverse history of rodeos. Cowboys of Color Rodeo, which takes place in Fort Worth each year on Martin Luther King Jr. Day, was founded in 1971 by black cowboy Cleo Hearn. Hearn was the first black American to attend college on a rodeo scholarship and was the first black American to win a major stock show calf roping event at the 1970 National Western in Denver, Colorado. Cowboys of Color Rodeo, originally known as the Texas Black Rodeo, was founded in 1971 as Hearn's living dream. He changed the name to Cowboys of Color Rodeo in 95 so as to be inclusive of the diverse cultures and to highlight the contributions of Native, Hispanic, European, and Black Americans in the settlement of the Old West. Historians estimate that of the 35,000 cowboys of the late 19th century, about 6,000 to 9,000 were black. They worked as bronco busters, ropers, trail cooks, wranglers, according to the Library of Congress. You guys can read on at fortworthreport.org. That was under news stories for this morning. We got some space news here for you real quick. China launches fourth batch of 1,000 Sails mega constellation satellites. It's a picture of a big old rocket taking off next to like a Panda Express or something. Helsinki, China launched the fourth batch of 18 satellites for the 1,000 Sails mega constellation early Thursday using a Long March 6A rocket. The Long March? Yeah. The Long March 6A lifted off at 12:11 a.m. January 23rd. The 18 flat panel satellites are part of the 1,000 Sails mega constellation to provide low Earth orbit internet services. The project is led by Shanghai Spacecom Satellite Technology. Cool. The story goes on. I was listening to somebody talk at great length about the cables that run along the ocean floor that connect the North American continent to Europe and everything else. And it runs along the bottom of the sea. And if one of those, I think there's 13 major cables spanning that entire distance. If one of those gets damaged, people just lose internet in certain regions.
Oh wow!
And there's no way to get around that. Yeah. Like you could link up to like Starlight or what is it? Elon.
It's called Starlight.
It's called
Star
what?
Right.
Starlink.
Oh.
Neither one of us know what we're talking about. I need you to wake up because I can't seem to do it. Anyway, you can use those satellite systems as a backup, but it's good for like texting and emails and stuff like that. But if you had a whole city trying to use that one satellite, that's all they could do. They couldn't make phone calls. They could send texts and emails. So those cables are really important. And it sounds like is it China? Is that what we're looking at? It sounds like the Chinese are trying to find their own way to supply internet without the use of those cables. So cool. Good for them. We got some events and we've got some call-ins and we got to get into that. But while we're doing that, Michelle, I'd like you to not only tell us about the Body Scrubbery, but February 14th, we're putting on one hell of a 1970s-esque dating show.
I'm so excited. Oh, yeah. The Dating Game Fort Worth. It is going to be here at Hoppin on Valentine's Day, the 14th. We are doing it in conjunction with Fort Worth Single Ready to Mingle group. And we're going to have a nice crowd here. And
the nicest
of all crowds. And we are going to have
crowd.
Some pre-game shenanigans starting at 6:30 to 7:30. There's no required participation, but we would love your input. We're doing some pre-game questions, in anyone's dating experience, if they have some preferred screening questions that they would like to share. We will have little baskets and you can submit, and then we might have some fun with those questions. But the game is going to be from 7:30 to 8:30, and then from 8:30 to 9:30 there's going to be some post-game shenanigans. And the game is going to be hosted by you mainly, and I'm going to be Vanna White in the background.
You're going to be the organizer.
Yeah.
I told you, I'm not running shit.
And so we are going to run it just like the classic 1970s game show, the dating game. And, of course, the parties will not be privy to see each other, and we'll have like a main gal, and there'll be 3 guys that she'll get to choose from her questions. And then we're going to flip it, and there'll be a main guy and 3 gals. And then winners, we've got some sponsors throwing down some stuff. We've got Vagabond Vintage Clothing throwing down some items of clothing. I'd like to thank them. And, of course,
where are they
they are located on, got to be careful when I say this,
right.
Fox Street.
FOCH.
Right over 7th Street. And very cool. I went there the other day and got my outfits all lined up, and I believe you and I and Megan are going there on Sunday.
Yeah.
We're going to do a little shopping.
Do some shopping.
Going to be looking for a little polyester onesie for you. Some rufflage. Rufflage? Is that what you rufflage?
I don't know. The dowly thing that comes out of your wrists and, the Austin Powers chest fluff.
Got to work on your comb over, though. We're going to have to, like, slick it down.
I don't know, like, if my hair will go any other direction than it does.
So it's going to be awesome. And, of course, I'm going to be donating some fabulous spa services, the Body Scrubbery, our foundation services, our full-body scrubs that we do in a very special way with warm salt and oil, and massage and facials and specific back and foot treatments that are just luxurious. And we have 2 and 3 and 4 hour spa day experiences that you can design special just for you.
Excellent.
So, and that's about all I have to say about that.
It's a cool little spot. We've done some videos, and we will do some more out there at the Body Scrubbery. But it's just a really cute, cozy little spot, and she's got everything you need for your mental and physical health whenever you walk in there to get yourself taken care of.
Yeah.
Don't cheat yourself. Treat yourself.
Yeah. But this dating game, we still need contestants. So if you know somebody that is, and look, we're not going to get deep into your personal single stuff.
We're trying to have fun here, folks.
It's just lighthearted, lighthearted, superficial questions that hopefully, if you have a sense of humor, you can answer sillily.
So if you'd like to be
a contestant on the show, email media@fortworthroots.com, and we will respond within a few days with just a couple questions so we can organize.
Make sure we set you up with the right
Put you right in
contestants.
the right category.
In the subject line for that email, put LOVE, so I know what you want, so I don't lose you. I thought we had some call-ins. I was wrong. We had a ton of them yesterday, and I guess we got through them all. But I do have some events coming up for you. This is this first one here, and I got all these off of Facebook events. If you guys have an event, you need to let us know so we can share it with the public. Send in an email recording. Attach a recording of you talking about the event to an email and send it to us, media@fortworthroots.com, and we'll play it on the show. That's what we're here for. We're here to support you guys. Why? Because we want to. We feel like the community would be better if we all worked as a team, so, or whatever. I don't know how you want to say that without sounding dumb, but we do. We got to help each other out, so let us help. Let us help connect you with the community. Just send us an audio recording to that email, media@fortworthroots.com, and we'll play it on our next episode. Jim Gaffigan, Friday, January 31st. And I know that's a little ways out, but I really wanted to tell you guys about this because I think he's a fantastic comedian. Will Rogers Memorial Center and Facilities. They've got tickets at Ticketmaster. That looks fake. Check Ticketmaster, but always make sure you're using the right links. But that will be Friday, January 31st at 7 p.m. Very cool. Tomorrow, 6 p.m. to 8 p.m., the band Yesterday is going to be... Oh, Jesus Christ. That was yesterday. Hold on, that doesn't make sense. What's happening here? Tomorrow. Okay. Screwing myself up. Okay, the name of the band is Yesterday, and they will be playing tomorrow at 6 to 8 at River Oaks Boulevard at
Who's on first?
Boulevard Brew, 5406 River Oaks Boulevard. Jesus, I told you it was going to be rough.
I don't know who's on
and
third.
You're not helping. You're trying to make me sound like an idiot.
I don't know. He's outfield.
Saturday at 8 p.m., The Matthew Show, a friend of ours, Mr. Matthew Broyles, The Matthew Show Duo at Truck Yard Alliance, Saturday at 8 p.m. We got a craft beer class. That's going to be today at 7 p.m. here at Hoppin, 2616 Weisenberger Street. Tickets online at Eventbrite. You can also go to the Hoppin FWTX Instagram and click on their link, and it will give you all the information. But you can join us January 23rd at 7 p.m. for a Level 3 Cicerone that will cover 4 select beers in depth. It's a $25 entry fee, which includes 1 hour lesson on each beer style, 4-ounce sample of each beer, and it's taught by at ZREET_street. Zreet. Okay, onward. This looked interesting. 21st Annual Django Reinhardt Festival. You can find this event on Facebook events, and it is going to be happening tomorrow from 7 to 10 at Arts 5th Avenue. Onward. Oh, and then we've just got this video of Michelle doing cool stuff. So,
in lack of a camera.
Yeah, we had some GoPro issues this morning. Your boy woke up not feeling great this morning, and it was rough. But equipment failures. The internet wasn't working right. It was just real rough. But thank God Michelle was here to keep it all together.
Life is like that. You just got to roll with it. You just got to push forward.
So, with all seriousness, please, if you have an event, please let us know, because this is the entire point of the show, to promote what you have going on. Media at FortWorthRoots.com.
TJ Miller's in town this weekend.
He is. And if you have those details, you can share them.
Nope.
Nope, didn't think so. Hey, but I can tell you where to find
I got tickets. This is how I call my friend. I'm like, get tickets. I'll sell you.
Cool.
I got people.
Well, I've got an event here at Hoppin. It's a stand-up comedy show that you don't have to pay for from 8 to 9 here at Hoppin. And then Saturday is a big day, and there are going to be a bunch of people here. This is how you know your social media post is working. Don't worry about the likes or the views. The number of times it gets shared. That's what really matters.
That makes sense.
And this event, the post that Plug Hub put up for the vendor market, it had like 400 shares.
Nice.
And I'm like, okay, this is going to be a fun day. But there's going to be a ton of food vendors. We've got Late to the Station playing for us. There's also going to be a meat raffle. I don't have those details right now, but there's going to be some meat. And I guess you get a ticket for $1, you put it in there, and then if you win, you go home with a ton of meat. So
I like that. What's the hours of that?
That is going to start at 4 and go to 9, but, get here early because there's going to be other stuff going on as well. And it's just going to be a really cool day. Weather's not going to be too bad. But once you get this is called the Bike Bazaar. So it's very food heavy. So you go get your food from the food truck, and then you come inside to Hoppin where it's nice and warm, and you got all the amenities you need, tables and chairs, and just enjoy yourself. Now, there will be some vendors here as well that you can peruse through. But, Saturday at Hoppin, 4 to 9.
Nice.
And I think that's everything we've got for him today. There was something I was really wanting to tell folks. Oh, well, there'd be the third time I've harped on this, but we had somebody reach out to me after last week's Thursday show, and he listed out for me all the things that we didn't cover as far as local news. And I was like, yeah, we have a solution for that.
Yeah.
If you are aware of a story, and it doesn't have to be yours, and or an event, whatever, call it in. You can leave us a voicemail. I want you to do it the right way because it sounds so much better with that audio clip. But you can call us, 817-988-1292, and we will play your garbled message on the show.
It's a lot of cool stuff going on.
Yeah, it's a lot of cool stuff.
How to keep track of it all.
So, all right. That's it for this week. We are going to start releasing our big, long episodes on Friday. So I guess it's not it for this week. It's the last morning show for the week. But our long episodes that we record out at McFly's Pub every Tuesday from 5 to 7, those get released on Fridays. So this week we got Kendi Jean and her friend, who I was just trying to remember his name and I can't do it. I think it was Kyle, but I don't know that for sure. Kyle Ross. Sounds that sounds right. Anyway, great episode. And what we do is we have an audience mic set out so that folks can come up and be part of the show as we're recording with these people. Kendi Jean is also going to be out here at Hoppin February 8th, and I'm going to start posting that stuff up on the old Instagrams today. But it's going to be a blowout. I think we have somewhere between 8 and 12 different artists on one stage here at Hoppin February 8th, 4:30 to 8:30,
Nice.
something like that. It's going to be cool. It's a ticketed event. We want to make sure that these ladies get paid. It's a female-forward evening of music. It's not like no boys allowed, but it's mostly women on stage, and we were going for that. It's called the Side Saddle. So, and if you guys really enjoy this, I mean, we've got some incredible artists that are going to be on stage that day. If you guys show up for it, we'll keep doing it. We might do it once a month. I was talking to Kendi about that Tuesday. So, see if it's a hit. But anyway, that's something to look forward to. And anything from you?
No,
Michelle?
that's it.
All right, folks. Well, y'all have a wonderful weekend. The weather's looking really good. Hope to see you out at Hoppin for the Bite Bazaar this Saturday. And, yeah, more stuff next week.
Excellent. Just never stops.
Guys and gals, as y'all move through today, we hope that you will choose love and gratitude every chance you get. Until next time, good day.